Alright, I'm here to talk about Colonel Kurtz's second Marilyn Manson video. This was the part where it got really good. She brought the hard evidence, she brought the really good stuff. A lot of people are telling me that the second and the third video is where she really convinces people. The first video was more of an introduction, but I watched the video, I really liked it. Sorry it took me a while. The video was like 97 minutes long. It was a long video, it was like a movie, so I had to watch it in multiple parts. I took notes on it, and I'm going to talk about it now. First section I want to talk about is the woman that Marilyn Manson flew out to no, he flew her out to him, and they filmed the music video, and she was whipped and during the music video, and she has allegations about that. Now Colonel Kurtz asked why Marilyn Manson waited until the last day of filming the video to torture her. If Marilyn Manson was really like this sadistic weird guy, then why did he wait for so long to torture her? And that was an interesting question. I don't have the answer to that. Maybe he wanted to make her comfortable before whipping her and just getting off. I don't have the answers. I didn't know any of this before watching the video. This was all new stuff to me. Apparently Marilyn Manson warned her that he was gonna do all that stuff. And the testimony that she gave in the court, she didn't say, she didn't tell Marilyn Manson to stop when she was getting whipped, which is kind of weird. Like I said, maybe she was just like shocked and stunned, but if she was warned, then why would she be? And also, if she was warned, it does make sense why she wouldn't say stopped. And after all that, and after being abused, I guess, she still dates Marilyn Manson after being whipped. And yeah, they got together and had like a couple months later and had sex. And what else? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading my notes, but it says she was during sex, Marilyn Manson would bite her, but she didn't say anything. Like, apparently it was not comfortable, and she didn't say stop, but she just didn't like it. Which, if you're if someone's doing something during sex and you don't like it, why are you not telling them stop? They're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna think that you're getting turned on. During sex, you have to be vocal. I don't know why she wasn't vocal during this, but yeah. This was the whole first section that she had, and my thoughts on it. Like I said, it's all new information to me. I didn't know any of this. Like I said, I didn't really do that much research. I went more on the headlines because I wanted to be more of a news YouTuber, and I just wanted to talk about news that I heard of. And I didn't hear any of this in the news, so that's why this is all new to me. I didn't do research. I'll admit, I didn't do research. I just read the news. I didn't really dig deeper until you guys recommended Colonel Kurtz to me. And so yeah, this first part about her being whipped, not stopping, it does sound kind of shaky. Like, if you're being whipped, you should, if you're being whipped or bitten or whatever, you should say stop. Like, I don't, if you don't say stop or you don't refuse it, then it's pretty much consensual. I'm not sure why this is even a question. But yeah, I didn't know any of this. Completely new stuff. So my thoughts on this, I would say I don't want to blame the victim. I guess I don't even know if she is a victim. I don't know if she's out for money or attention, but this all seems kind of shaky. If you're being whipped, say stop, refuse it. And he warned her beforehand. If you don't like being bitten during sex, say stop. Why would you just be silent? I don't know. Maybe she was gagged or something. I don't know. And I believe this was the same girlfriend that Marilyn Manson allegedly chased around the house with a hatchet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this was an interesting part that I had no idea about. There was an alleged email that Evan Rachel sent to every woman who knew Marilyn Manson to find accusers. So basically, allegedly Evan Rachel would send emails trying to get people to talk to see if they had any dirt on Marilyn Manson. Huge bombshell. I don't know if it's fake or not. I don't know what, but that is really interesting. If we can get actual proof that this is like a real email, then yeah, this is really that might really help. And I'll admit, at this point, I was kind of like, whoa, this actually does make a lot of sense. Like, Colonel Kurtz is spinning facts here. And I believe I forgot to write who did this, but I believe this was the woman that Marilyn Manson whipped and bit. So she posted kinky pictures on Instagram, like, you know, like bikini pictures, pictures in her underwear, and she pretty much advertised porn on her Instagram, and yet she acted confused when Marilyn Manson wanted to be kinky. So if you're advertising yourself as, you know, like a kinky person on Instagram, you know, you're in like bikinis, you're like teasing and all that stuff, then yeah, you're pretty much attracting guys that are expecting you to be kinky. I 100% agree with that. And apparently she was 26 when it happened. I believe Marilyn Manson was in his 30s, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I didn't put his age in the notes. Now, Evan and Rachel Woods, the main accuser, the main person, the ringleader, I guess you could call her. She has not been very consistent. Now, a lot of people have been telling me this, but Colonel Kurtz explained it really well. She says that in interviews when she was dating Marilyn Manson, she said it was very healthy. She said it was very loving, and there was like a lot of care and love in there. And now, almost, what is it, past 2021, she is calling Marilyn Manson out. Now, I thought this was the case because Marilyn Manson like brainwashed her into thinking it was healthy, and maybe later on she realized it wasn't healthy. I'm not sure if you could really call it inconsistent, because maybe looking back on it, she was like, oh man, I really was taken advantage of and abused and manipulated. But I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. And a lot of people were telling me about this. Marilyn Manson's autobiography, A Long Way, his autobiography. So, A Long Way from HE double hockey sticks. I wasn't sure if it was real or not. A lot of people were telling me if it was fake, but I wasn't sure. I know Trent Reznor came out and he said, yeah, a lot of that stuff didn't actually happen. But Colonel Kurtz said that she found a lot of evidence that it was mainly fiction. She said that a lot of people around Marilyn Manson were confirmed, like, yeah, that never happened. He couldn't have been there at that time because he was with us. And the reason why it was purely fiction, I said purely. The reason why it was fiction was because Marilyn Manson was trying to create a character like how David Bowie created, the Thin White Duke, or Ziggy Stardust, or Aladdin Sane, or Major Tom. I'm a huge David Bowie fan, so I can go on forever naming all of his characters. So that makes sense because Marilyn Manson has been a pretty big self-proclaimed David Bowie fan, and yes, that does make sense now that he kind of made this book as like an illusion. And the ghostwriter who wrote the book also has written some stuff similar to it, according to Colonel Kurtz. I don't know the name of the ghostwriter, but yeah, I still need to read that book. I will definitely get on that in the next couple months. So, Evan Rachel's, she was 18 when she was in the Hitler costume. A lot of people were saying that she was underage. I thought she was underage as well, and she's with Marilyn Manson, in the picture. So she has to be like 18, and she claims she was underage. But evidence shows that she was 18. So yeah, another inconsistency. Like I said, I'll actually say that's for the end. I'll save this for the end, actually. So I'll just go through all the stuff first. Now, Marilyn Manson, hold on. So Marilyn Manson has some support. A lot of women have come out and gave positive support about Marilyn Manson and their relationships. Not just people who dated Marilyn Manson, but people who know him and people who have met him a couple times. they had positive things to say about Marilyn Manson, and which was really nice. The news didn't really highlight the positive stuff that people were saying about Marilyn Manson. We keep hearing the negative stuff, like Marilyn Manson was dropped by his record label, dropped by his manager, dropped by all these different people. A lot of his friends turned his back on him. So yeah. And the last bit of news, I talked about this a while ago, but the transgender woman, the transgender hairdresser, who Marilyn Manson pointed a gun at and said some inappropriate, offensive stuff. Apparently, she continued to work with Marilyn Manson after that, and they posted pictures together after this event happened. So that was really interesting. You know, if someone points a gun at me, I don't care if it's loaded or not loaded, we are not speaking again. Like, I'm cutting that person off. That was the main notes I had for the video. And one more thing, actually. Colonel Kurtz gave a speech at the end about, Marilyn Manson wanted to interpret, like, the darkness of life. She compared Marilyn Manson's artwork with Edgar Allan Poe, and she said that Marilyn Manson kind of wanted to show, like, the horror and stuff, which I definitely agree. Marilyn Manson has always been, like, the edgiest one in the room, and he just wanted to put that on display. And I'll say this for later, but so yes, and she also talked about that Marilyn Manson, he's an edgy person, so you guys should expect, like, edgy news and edgy stuff from him. But at the same time, I feel like there's a line, and Colonel Kurtz talked about that line very well. She was very well articulated in handling that discussion. I'm not going to reiterate it because she said it way better than I ever could. So overall, what are my thoughts on it? Has my mind changed? I will say that I will say that it is definitely very interesting having seeing obvious cracks in the Ever Rachel's Woods testimony. Now, I'm not sure if all of it's fake. I'm not sure if she just made all of it up. But if you have cracks in your testimony, which in court you're supposed to swear to tell the truth, right? But if you have cracks and lies in your testimony, and there is evidence that you are lying, it kind of slowly devalues your entire testimony, if you know what I'm saying. So the more lies, the more inconsistencies, the more questions that the testimony brings up, the less credible it will be in court. And there are definitely holes where she's lying about her age, the alleged email that she sent to all the people who knew Marilyn Manson, the inconsistent tones where at first she loved Marilyn Manson but then she's calling him a monster. It's really eye-opening. Like I said, I did not know all this stuff, and I'm so happy you guys told me about Colonel Kurtz, because I never would have bothered to look her up or look up all this stuff if it wasn't for you guys, my subscribers. So I gotta say, and Colonel Kurtz finished out the video by saying we put way too much attention on celebrity drama and lives, which I definitely agree with. Like she said, we're kind of helping fuel the fire a little bit with the drama, but I feel like this is stuff that needs to be talked about. Serious topics like these need to be talked about. And it is a shame that we do put celebrities on such high pedestals. Like, I remember when I was criticizing Marilyn Manson, and people were like, "Oh, bro, you're not really a real Marilyn Manson fan. You're not really a real Marilyn Manson fan." I'm like, I consider myself a fan of the music and not the actual artist. That's how my brother looks at it. That way, if you're only a fan of the music, then you'll never be disappointed when the artist turns out to be like an abuser or does something you don't agree with. And I listen and I read a lot of different artists and writers that I do not agree with. I don't want to give any examples right now. I might make a video about the people I don't agree with, but I like the art. But the artist is secondary. I consider myself a fan of the music and not the actual artist. So that way you won't be disappointed. And I think that's really about it. In conclusion, this video has definitely made me a little bit skeptical. I won't say it changed my mind, and I'll talk about why. First things first. I feel like still, even if these allegations are a little bit shaky, it doesn't shake the it still doesn't shake all the stuff that's happened. I still am very critical of the way that Marilyn Manson handled the situation. Where I don't know if you remember this, but he had a phone call interview about last year, and he was asked about the Evan Rachel's Wood situation, and he immediately hung up the phone. A lot of people are like, oh. A lot of people are saying that his lawyer doesn't want him to talk, and that's understandable. But still, I feel like Marilyn Manson, he handles himself extremely well in interviews. Have you not noticed that? Like, go to any Marilyn Manson interview, and whenever he's asked a tricky question, he's very well articulated, he's very calm, and he knows how to handle himself. So you're telling me that Marilyn Manson knows how to handle himself in interviews in the 90s, in the 2000s, in the early 2010s, but in 2021 he just immediately forgets how to handle an interview? He doesn't know how to answer a question. He has to result in hanging up like a coward? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It definitely seems like he's hiding something. Marilyn Manson's response has been very weak. He just said all this is just horrible distortions of reality. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he could have handled it better than that. Like I said, a lot of people are saying that his lawyer doesn't want him to talk, but which is understandable at first sight. But Marilyn Manson is a very intelligent guy. I think if he was innocent, he would be able to prove his innocence. And I know what people are saying, that he should handle it in the court of law, which, yes, I agree. But at the same time, Marilyn Manson is losing fans. His record label has dropped him. His managers have turned their backs on him. So now seems like a good time, and maybe not legally, but in a career standpoint, it would seem like a very good move to try to get people on your side as quickly as possible. Every day that Marilyn Manson stays silent and doesn't acknowledge his allegations, it just seems like it's getting worse and worse, and people are slowly starting to notice that Marilyn Manson is, like I said, I don't know, but I feel like if he was innocent, I feel like Marilyn Manson is smart enough to handle himself, where he could speak up without having a lawyer talk for him. I'm very interested in watching the third video. It will probably come out next week. It takes me a while to watch these videos because I'm very busy. Have limited time, have a lot of hobbies I'm doing, doing a lot of work, all that stuff. But yeah, I think I really said everything that I needed to say about this. This video is already long. It's almost 20 minutes long. Wow. I don't want to make it that long. But one more thing I want to say is I feel like, no, I'll say that for a future video. I'm sorry to leave you guys on the cliffhanger, but I feel like this is like a separate discussion altogether. But if you're watching this to the end, thank you for watching. Thank you for recommending Colonel Kurtz to me. As a closing statement, like I said, I'm not sure if Marilyn Manson's guilty or not. At first I thought he wasn't innocent, but now honestly I'm not sure. The testimonies are shaky. There's lots of evidence that people who are accusing Marilyn Manson were friendly with him after he allegedly did all these crimes. So that's really messing with you. But at the same time, it's just like, I feel like there's a lot of doubt at the same time. I feel like there's doubt on both sides, and I can say this video has changed my mind. At first I thought he was guilty. Now I'm not sure. But Evan Rachel Wood says that she has more evidence in the vaults, which I'm looking forward to. I know her the last time she tried to go to court, it got thrown out because of the lack of evidence. But we'll see. Anyway, the video has been long enough. Thank you for watching till the end. Peace.